Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play FE6 Hard Mode, Armors Only. In this one, we take on Chapter 23. And I gotta say, I amn't the biggest fan of this one. Though, I'll take it over most FE6 maps. Although I guess saying that makes it sound like I hate this game. It's one of my favorites, top 3 probably, in the series. But I will say that most of the maps I find pretty tedious. Though at least in this one there aren't any ambush spawns or anything. It's just a ton of super bulky enemies. Like, I can't one-round any of them without using legendary weapons. If I want to use 1-2 range, because half the enemies have 1-2 range, then I run the risk of missing due to lower accuracy, and just doing less damage. So it's overall not very good. Then again, I am only able to use 4 units. One of them is Douglas, so his power is lower compared to the other 3, but Douglas is still really valuable. But yeah, enemy Manicheets especially are a major pain. If I wanted to, I could Berserk one, but enemy Manicheets aren't really fast, so he wouldn't one-shot enemies. And he just wouldn't one-shot stuff, so it would take him 2 turns to kill things. I am going to Berserk that Wyvern Lord by the Ballistae, just so he kills the Ballista for me. Because otherwise the only way to take him out would be to send a flyer, which I can't do. Or drop off somebody, which I can't do. So, yeah, it's really my only option. The Ballista aren't especially frightening, they do one-shot some of my more frail units. And are just added damage that accumulates. It is nice to have that threat eliminated. So yeah, we'll do just that. Status Staff hit in this game is pretty absurd. I don't know why they're so accurate. Like, they just have 100 hit, basically. Almost guaranteed, unless the enemy has like 20 res. In which case, no, not really guaranteed, but you know what I mean. Thing of a bunch of physics. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could have brought Fear to recruit Karel. I wouldn't deploy him in the next few chapters, but I guess he exists. I think he has a Wudo. Could have sold that, I guess. But it's not the biggest deal. Like, at all, really. Again, Douglas's combat isn't the greatest, though we do need him. He does speed things up just by existing. So I say we take those. It'd be pretty funny if he got 1% crit by a dumb Max Reaver. But yeah, Ballistas do pretty big damage. If both hit Douglas, that would have been like over 20. That's kind of a lot to be taking. Ballistas are strong. Honestly, how often is it that you see, Bors and Barth wielding legendary weapons? Nobody uses them, so not often, I'd wager. Well, nobody sane. So imagine being sane. I could not relate. I mean, that guy is a womanizer, I'm not. It's just a slow process of whittling down all the bulky enemies. Eventually taking them out. By the boss, there are a ton of status staff. Mean lads. I'm not a big fan of those guys. Not a big fan of status thieves in general. Honestly. But they exist, can't really do much about it. As much as I wish I could. Also, we're pretty much running out of weapons, which is why I bought a lot of stuff with Merlinus at the beginning of the map. Like, all of our 1 to 2 range weapons are at 10 uses or below, and I've barely any 1 range stuff left. Just flexing that Silver Lance crit. Yeah, really this map, you can go fully both ways through both sides if you wanna, but the north way seems to be faster, although there are enemies. That's what it seems like anyways. But I mean, at the end of the map, you're aggroing everything anyways, so it doesn't really matter which way you pick. It's just preference, I guess. Thank God for Physic. What a good spell. Staff. I mean, I guess staves are spells. Or do you hold the staff and cast a spell? Or you just use the staff? I wonder how that works. Honestly, the scariest enemies, as usual, are druids, just because they have capped magic, which is 29. And most of my generals have less than... They have single-digit res, except for Wendy, I think she has 10. But yeah, even, like, 10 res doesn't do anything. They have 29 magic and whatever damage their tome does. So even she gets pretty demolished. That's not news. Wendy getting demolished is pretty common. Although for me, she's my second strongest offensive unit. Technically strongest against a handful of enemies. just because she has 1 more speed than Boars, but we don't really count that, now do we? Yeah, I'm trying to conserve legendary weapons as much as reasonably possible. I still have used a few uses this map. Also, did I totally glance over the fact that Percival died? I think I did. Yeah, I accidentally left him in a Horse Slayer range. That's fine. I mean, we have other Roy bearers, arguably better than him, because Percival doesn't fly. It's just sad, because we lost out on his elfin support? Did he even support Douglas? I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, imagine caring about Percival. He's only like one of the strongest units in Fire Emblem history. I couldn't care less about him. Wow, 4% crit, 11 hit, 7 damage. Almost single digit hit. What a scary enemy. He's not scary, but he's bulky. HP lock. Oh, and also B axes, so he can use the Brave Axe now. Ow. Good guy Boars saving that Silver Lance use. Gotta do it. Just gotta. But yeah, now that all my armors are reunited in one place, I can finally play somewhat aggressively, though not really, because of 3 status stave enemies. So, yeah, sorta, kinda, not allowed to play aggressively now. But yeah, a lot of the enemies start moving once you approach them. That is fun. Although I'd rather have them do that than just stand still the whole time. And only come to you when you're in range. And yes, all status staves are going to have 100 hit. My armors. Woe is me. Hopefully we have restores. Although we are running very, very low on those as well. Good thing, next map is literally only Manicheets. So we'll be fine. Well, sorta fine. They'll all have like 23 defense, but... and also probably 70 HP, but... that's okay. We can get through that. With Ostian dedication, and pride, and strength, and defense. Also, I'm pretty sure Barth can shrug off some fire being boiled alive. I'm sure you could take like 4 dragons on at once and not die. Would not be surprised. And yeah, Brunia is pretty scary. Well, yeah. She hits like a truck. And she's annoyingly dodgy, because she has like 70 avoid due to having high speed, high luck, and being on a gate, which is another 20 avoid. Always fun. Yes, it is. Honestly, Axe Reavers in this game are kind of a joke. They're not the most useful, since they don't double weapon triangle like they do in other games. And yes, we have to go through another wave of being statused, and I think we'll have to go through another one after that. Lovely. Or wait, maybe this was the last wave. I don't remember. Counting to 3 is pretty difficult. I wonder if Barth will get to A axes by the time the game is done. Be interesting. Wouldn't it be? And now we just have to deal with the arguably most annoying part of the map, which is approaching bizarre druids who sometimes move, sometimes don't. Sometimes, most of the time, they stand still. Sometimes they randomly move and don't attack. Not really sure what's up with that, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, and I guess technically, since Juno is going to attack Merlinus, that someone other than armors are attacking, but she's not attacking an enemy, she's attacking Merlinus, and attacking Merlinus doesn't benefit me in literally any way. So I don't really count that. It's out of my control, yada yada yada. Didn't attack an enemy, so not a broken rule. Yeah, Brunya. Brunja, I should say. Or is it Ya? I don't know. Who even knows? Not me. That's for sure. Yeah, Boars will eviscerate this Manakete, because he's gonna double crit like a god. What'd that Manakete do to him? I don't know. Still kills it nonetheless. I mean, I don't blame him. Dragons are scary. But yeah, these druids are weird. As you saw, the enemies moved, didn't attack, they just like kinda did an awkward reposition maneuver. I didn't really understand it. FE6 has really odd AI. I don't even know what the intention is there. Are they supposed to, like, move and attack? Are they trying to move out of the way? I don't know. Just weird fellas. Sure love 1 to 2 range, even with juiced up supports we're still missing. Very good. Well, alright. All that's left now is to kill purple-haired woman. I love killing purple-haired woman. It's a slow process, and she's so dodgy, and also has really high defense. It's like 22 on a gate. Or no, 23? I think gates give 3 defense and 20 avoid. The point is, we don't deal a lot of damage, we don't double, and we don't have high hit rates. I could... Or actually, I don't even... Yeah, well, I could trade over, I don't know, Malta and speed up the process, but the point is to have as much legendary weapon uses for the final chapter as possible, and that's what we'll do. It's going to be really interesting taking on the final chapter with very limited legendary weapon uses, since I'm only allowed to use 2 and I only have 1 Hammer left. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. Yay, she's finally dead. Alright, well... Oh, I guess. Gotta read this riveting support between the weak Cecilia and the Chad Douglas. But yeah, anyways, with that chapter over with, we can move on to the final chapter next episode. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all for the next one. Peace out.